Okay, so Jeff, you know what dropping on the one means?
On the ones, that's the one.
This is the one?
Mm-hmm.
So what I want to do is observe your ability to keep the drum beat looped.
Uh-huh. Dropping it on the one.
Dropping it
So
on
it's
the
like,
one. Right, exactly. Exactly.
Okay, cool.
And I just want to observe your mechanics.
Okay.
Where is your focus going? Is it on the set or not?
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll just, from there, figure out what needs to be
Okay.
improved.
From there.
Okay?
Cool. I like it.
Just start wherever you want. Put the mark wherever you want. Okay. I've seen enough.
All right.
Your timing's good.
Mm-hmm.
You understand rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
But the computer's distracting you.
100%.
So it's like, it's funny, man, because you even know it, right? You just said 100%, but there's something about the computer that you can't help but draw your attention to.
Yeah.
Like
It's my security.
right, exactly.
It's my
It's your
security.
security.
It's my
That's a great way to put it.
And my, like, just 11 years in the military, security is
Right.
having a secure plan, a secure this, so...
So you look at the laptop and think it's not gonna fail you,
Yeah.
right? But the truth of it is, Jeff, is nothing is more reliable than your own instinct. And you know that being in the military.
Yeah.
Your own instinct is the most reliable source of how to navigate through any situation.
Yeah.
Right? So the situation happens to be DJing.
Yeah.
But there are instincts as a DJ that you could cultivate that will help you improve your DJ skills.
Okay.
The computer is... I mean, look, technology is a good thing, right? And the computer makes it so that we have this ability to travel with like 1,000 hours worth of music on this skinny little contraption called a laptop, right? Instead of lugging crates. I get that, man, and I appreciate that about technology. But at the same time, when it comes to DJing, the techniques that we're gonna focus on today were created by DJs like GrandWizzard Theodore, Grandmaster Flash, Jazzy Jay, Afrika Bambaataa, Kool Herc, before computers.
Yeah.
So my point is, these skill sets have existed way before computers, and there's nothing a computer could do to help you truly learn and develop the way you need to if you want to DJ properly.
Gotcha.
So here's a couple of things I want to point out to you that I noticed. You're right hand dominant.
Yep.
So that's cool. But the best way to get your left hand to do more, to give it more responsibility, is to use it.
Yeah.
So if you constantly favor your right hand when you're doing this drill, for example, dropping on the one, your left hand never develops.
Yeah.
But believe it or not, dude, your left hand, if you give it the proper attention, could do everything that your right hand does.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I didn't know that till I injured my right shoulder one time playing ball, and the coach was like, "All right, we'll practice left hand layups." I had no choice, and now I'm on the court.
Right.
Left hand dominant.
You're balanced.
Yeah.
You're balanced.
I prefer to go to my left hand now. You know what I mean?
So that's number one. Today we're gonna focus on just developing more balance between your left and right hand. Okay? Trust me, your left hand is ready to like participate in the whole aspect of DJing. You just gotta train it. That, and then 2, we just talked about it. The laptop is like just your security blanket, right? And what we need to do now is develop more of an understanding of what this area of the mixer does.
Okay.
All right? You weren't using headphones. You started DJing on controllers. You came to me because you want to learn the proper way of DJing, which I totally respect.
Yeah.
So now what we're going to do is we're not going to use these pads. Okay. So I'm going to take the cues off.
Okay.
We're not going to focus on any of this extra,
Gucci stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And we're just going to go right back to the basics and get familiar with this area of the mixer. Now, this knob here is the headphone level. So if you turn it all the way to the right, you'll hear your music at full blast.
Gotcha.
If you turn it towards the left, you'll be lowering the music in your headphones.
Gotcha.
Okay? This fader here works the same way the crossfader does for the turntables.
Okay.
So if you want to cue up a sound or a beat or a voice, whatever you want, on a particular turntable, let's just say the right turntable, you move this crossfader to the right, and then you cue up your sound.
Okay.
Instead of hitting a pad.
Okay.
Okay? Or looking at the computer. You're going to focus now on what your ears, the stimuli your ears pick up, not the stimuli that your eyes pick up. See, so a pad is all vision. Where's the pad? Which cue did I set? Oh, the first pad. Looking at the laptop, that's all vision. Like, what are the waveforms saying? What are the BPMs saying?
Yeah.
I want you to now focus on your ears.
Okay.
Okay? So, this knob allows you to cue up a sound or a song or whatever in your headphones without the audience hearing it.
Okay.
Okay.
So if I had my headphones on and I move this all the way to the right,
you're queuing up.
now I'm listening to
Right.
and then it's just like
Find it.
I can find the sound that says give it to me. I want to give it to me. Okay.
Cue it up.
Boom. I found the give it to me
Exactly.
on this side, and that's because I have this all the way to the right on my headphones.
Right.
Okay, got it. Okay.
Now, in order to avoid you instinctively hitting the pad, because that's what you're used to, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take these records off,
Okay.
and we're gonna use actual vinyl.
Okay.
Okay? So now you're left to your own devices.
Yeah.
We're using actual vinyl. So the computer doesn't matter. You could shut your computer off and we'll still hear music because we're focusing now on cultivating your instincts sonically. Okay? Not visually. So Impeach the President begins at 12 o'clock. All right? Your one is at 12. And I have it marked here the same exact way.
You're choosing to do that?
Yes, because
You rather start at 12?
yeah, it's just visually I like to see the mark at 12.
Okay.
But it really doesn't matter.
Okay.
If you ask me to drop from let's say what this
5 o'clock?
let's say this is 5 o'clock. If you ask me to drop from the snare from 5 o'clock, I could. And then I could go back to 12. See, it doesn't matter where the mark is. I'm accustomed to tracking where this moves. I wouldn't be able to do that if I was constantly staring at the laptop. The laptop kind of slows your reflexes down.
Yeah.
Okay? So what we need to do now is get accustomed to having headphones on our heads.
On our heads and hearing.
And hearing and navigating through this song with headphones on. So when you rock headphones, one bud is on, the other bud is off.
Gotcha.
All right? The free ear that isn't being covered is listening to the music that's coming out of the speakers.
Okay.
and the ear that's covered is focusing on queuing up the sound or the song that the audience hasn't heard you introduce yet. Okay? So when you're queuing up, you want the fader on the opposite side that you're queuing up so that your audience doesn't hear you do this. You never want your audience to hear that. Right, exactly.
Right?
So you just move the fader to the opposite side, and then the fader for the headphones, you move to the side that you're queuing up.
Gotcha.
In this case, we're queuing up the right turntable. See? It's not coming out of the speaker. You only hear it in your headphones. Okay, I have it queued. Then cue up the left turntable. Move the fader to the right side. Move this fader to the left. Cue up, and then drop. Don't worry about scratching. I just want you to drop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Move this to the right, to the left. Rewind. Chew up your 1 and drop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Move your fader knob to the right. Chew up the 1 and drop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Make sense?
Makes sense.
It's really easy stuff. Really easy stuff. So the computer's here on the right side, but it's not gonna help you at all because we're using vinyl.
Straight vinyl, straight.
All right? Yeah.
Real
all right.
raw
So
with the crayon tape.
right. Exactly. Exactly.
All right. All right.
See, you don't want your audience to hear you do that. See, you notice, dude, Jeff, just move for a second.
Right.
You notice that you're kind of doing everything like with one hand. Use both your hands. So look, all right, I want my left hand on the record. I have a free hand here. Just move.
Okay.
Right, and then bang. And then bang, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like instead of trying to do everything with one hand, just use both your hands. Okay.
So right now, I got this on this side, so the audience is listening to this. I need to start queuing this up.
Okay.
Right? So I'm gonna move it this side.
Yes. All right. Now, when you queue up, just you see your hand is here, right? Is this good or bad?
No, it's bad.
That's horrible.
Yeah,
you're gonna hit the needle. So every time you cue, from now on, just put your hand here on the label. You'll never in a million years hit the needle. Even if the needle's over here, you'll never hit it if you just put your hand on the label. Okay? So it may take you a while to get accustomed to remembering to put your hand on the label. I'll be here to remind you to do that. But don't rewind on the record, on the actual grooves.
You realize how big your hand is.
Exactly.
All right. And then once I get it,
it skipped on you. Try to be lighter. Rewind more. Rewind all the way till you don't hear anything. Good.
Okay.
And just cue up and stop the record. And stop the turntable.
Okay. So we'll stop the turntable.
Right. And now you're gonna move to the left turntable.
I'm on the left turntable. Okay. So
never let your audience hear you do that.
All right. So I'm gonna.
Right.
Right.
Right. And you can move up a little closer to the set. Yeah. Now, when you go to drop, right, you're gonna put your hand. Keep your hand always at 9 o'clock. Right here.
Okay.
And just use the fader to introduce the sound. Not that early.
Okay.
Not that early. Just drop. No scratching right now. I just want you to drop.
All right.
So you're just gonna release the record.
I could just keep right.
I want you to do this. Check it out. Take your hand off. That's it.
Okay.
Now, when you drop a piece of vinyl on a turntable, you want to follow through like you're shooting a jump shot.
Okay.
So it's like you want to follow through with your hand. Right now, you released it and pulled back.
Yeah.
That's the equivalent of me shooting a jumper and your wrist hangs in the air, right?
Follow through.
Right, it follows through. Exactly. Exactly. Same thing.
Okay. So.
Right. Okay. Other side. Rewind it. Skipped on you. And then drop when you're ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the Ladies and gentlemen, we have the honey drippers in the house tonight. They just got back from Washington, D.C. I think they got something they want to say.
Rewind. You're waiting too long. You gotta get on it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the honey drippers in the house tonight. They just got back from Washington, D.C.
How'd that feel?
It's a lot. It's going.
It's multitasking.
It's multitasking.
Right.
You have to rewind, make sure
Right,
you're
right.
staying on point with everything. Okay.
Anything else?
I think my timing was off on that last one.
Your timing actually isn't off. You're thinking too much.
Okay.
That's what it is. When you get used to moving this way and operating the turntables like this without hitting the pad and without looking at the laptop, you're going to think less,
Okay.
and your timing is going to improve.
Yeah.
Because you're thinking, that's getting in the way of what you physically need to do.
Okay.
And that's why your timing's off. You're thinking, what now? And then you do it. Eventually, it's just going to be like you're doing it without thinking,
without-
what now? You understand?
That makes sense.
Okay, so that was good.
Another thing that I was thinking too much is I'm used to this
Oh, okay.
because
Okay,
I feel
got it.
like this is my entry point
Yeah.
into the world, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
So seeing it at 12 is a
seeing it
little
at
weird.
12 is like, am I at 12 or am I at 11:58? Am I at 12:03? You know what I mean?
Just
So-
remember, man, you got to get used to seeing that mark anywhere.
Okay.
You got to be able to track it anywhere. Because what if I ask you to drop? What if I ask you to drop this song? It starts like at 7 o'clock,
Gotcha. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So let me explain something to you, dude. This Serato lettering is placed there because the company understands that DJs before laptops used marks like this.
Yeah.
So that's why they place the
Yeah.
lettering.
My friend has a cactus, like right over.
Right.
so
Yeah, so it's like it's strategically placed there so that you could read this. This isn't a coincidence that it just says Serato in big font and it's straight. It's not a coincidence. It's there for a reason.
Yeah.
The company understands that DJs use pieces of tape or used back in the days before technology had, fucking just changed the game.
Yeah.
That DJs like myself would take pieces of tape, place it on the label, and then we would track the tape to see where the sounds were going.
Yeah.
And now again, there's no need to do that because you could hit a pad and be right within a split second at the sound you want to be at. But you're not really cultivating instincts that way.
Yeah.
So now, what I want us to do, now we're gonna add the scratches. Okay? Sense?
Makes sense.
All right, so cue up. I was looking at you, Jeff, and you were looking at the mixer. You were like listening.
Mm-hmm.
But what you need to understand is it's not just listening. It's like you want 3 of your 5 senses to work together.
Okay.
Your sight tracks the mark. Your sense of touch obviously grabs the record, so you're feeling the record, and then your sense of hearing work together.
Okay.
Those 3
Not
senses work
individually,
together, not individually. They work
Okay.
together.
Okay.
DJs that learn on controllers only use their sense of sight.
Mm-hmm.
So they're only looking. So they're not cultivating the hearing
Yeah.
and the touch
Yeah.
as much as you do when you're on turntables.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're going to cultivate the other 2 senses, and they're going to work together.
Yeah.
All right?
Knocking the dust off those other senses right now.
Yeah. Okay. So every time you go to scratch, look at where you're placing the mark.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the honey drippers in the house tonight. They just got back from Washington, D.C. I think they got something they want to say.
Night and day.
All right.
Just now, even on the left turntable, I noticed that it skipped on you and you stayed relaxed. You rewound like maybe 2 or 3 times until you found the one.
Yeah.
You never panicked. You didn't get flustered.
Trying to get the deer in the headlights.
Right.
What am I doing?
It was
Rob?
like,
Help
okay,
me.
it skipped. Let me find the one. And I'm gonna be here calm, even if the words come out.
Yeah,
I'm gonna look for the one.
yeah.
I have it. Now let me drop.
Let me drop. Cool.
That was textbook fucking approach to DJing. And watch, when you go back to controllers, you're gonna be like, man, like I've been missing out on the connection to this music.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
turntables facilitate a connection to the music that you're playing because you're altering it, you're touching it.
Yeah.
You're physically manipulating
Yeah.
the sounds. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And with controllers, although you're physical in a sense that you're hitting pads, you're not really connecting with the music the way you are when you grab the record and pull it and rewind and it skips on you. You got to find the one. You're harmonizing with that piece of vinyl in a way that you just can't on a controller.
Yeah.
Okay?
That makes sense. Yeah.
So we'll wrap up there, dude.
Cool, man.
That we learn how to drop on a one. The next thing is for you to understand then how to mix.
Yeah.
You know? Like how to mix without looking at the laptop.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because most people, when they go to mix, they look at the laptop to verify what the BPMs say. And they'll move the pitch on the turntable until the BPMs match on the laptop.
Exactly, yeah.
But you got to learn how to mix by ear.
Okay.
You know?